Is that a second invitation?
Massive butt sex
Well, hello, and welcome to episode 35 of... What did you say? Steamy hot butt sex? Was that what you said?
Something like that. Orgy? I don't know.
Whatever. It was hilarious. And the first time that's ever happened, so kudos to you, sir. Anyway.
I don't know what came over to me. Butt sex.
Steamy butt sex orgies. Anyway. With us this week, we have the return of Patrick Letter. Say hi, Pat!
Hey, how you doing? Hi, I mean.
That man, he currently holds the position and rank of the most viewed episode of At the Tavern. 260 views last time I checked.
Woo! Oh, I'm going to go check now.
He's probably at work, like, refreshing the page.
That's that. You played the Deadpool game? And 1 million, 1 million, 2,
Yeah.
1 million, 3. All right. So,
All right.
STG stuff. We had a creative restructuring that I don't think anybody really cares about.
Nope.
But it allows us to be more fluid and
Dynamic.
dynamic. That's a good word, actually. More fluid and dynamic in our game creation,
Instead of static and stuck.
like we usually are. We've gone away from having to wrangle cats to where we've put all the cats in one room and watched them try to do something.
What are you talking about? We shot them all. Massive pussy slaughter. I'm fucking killing it.
I'd like to say Jason will be absent.
For the next couple weeks or months, he's on sabbatical.
He's
He will be missed.
He will be missed. We will miss his thoughts about Puzzle Quest. So we will do our best to replace his hatred of Puzzle Quest with our hatred of other things, such as Munchkin.
Fuck Munchkin.
What else we got going on?
What about the games do we have in the works now? Like, close to 10.
We
gotta have close to 10.
We've got one about to head into post-production, one about to head into playtesting, 3 others in the design process.
Are you counting the other ones we just got? There's like 4.
Oh, then there's one in post-production, and the rest I think are still in playtesting, I think?
No, one's about to go kickstart.
He knows better than I do. I don't know why you're asking me.
Well,
anyway, I don't know. I think that's it for us, right?
I think we'll be launching some Spacewalker Studios stuff in the next week.
Yeah.
Like official Spacewalker Studios.
Yeah.
Thanks. That's like our design department and
the sound and all the code. It's the creative studio.
it's the creative side of
It's the
things.
creative thing. It's headed by me. And
And there's no head involved for him. Unless he's giving it out. I don't know.
I'm just gonna take that one. Anyway, so moving on from us, we're moving into Pat. Pat, tell us about Trove and its Kickstarter and stuff.
Yeah. It was a bit surprising. I kind of reached a point where I was like, okay, I need to run this Kickstarter, and that's what we did. I went into work on Monday, and by 11 o'clock I was like, hey, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go launch this Kickstarter, and actually went downstairs to the coffee shop in the building I work in and just did it from there. And spent about 3 hours there sweating it out and posting and reposting. And
What a long ass lunch break.
yeah. made $3,000 during my lunch. and
Show
made the
me.
mistake of going back to work the next day, and but we were funded by 5 o'clock. It was like in 26 hours, I think 28 hours, something
Holy
like that.
balls.
So yeah, and I mean, occasionally campaigns will say that, I'll be like, oh, we funded in 3 hours, but I'm like, yeah, but it wasn't $1,000. But so we did 18,000 pretty quickly, and felt pretty happy about that. I honestly felt really relieved because, like, for how much time we'd put into it while I was unemployed, it was just a lot, a lot of stress, kind of poured off me at that moment. So it was pretty good. And then we just kind of trundled along for the next month and did some advertising, had a couple peaks and valleys, and there was one Monday where a lot of people backed out, and I don't know why. We called it Bloody Monday, and we still netted for the day, but it wasn't as good as it could have been. And then that Friday hit, and the 48-hour warning hit, and Tim Fowers hit, and it went crazy from there. So, not that 80,000 wasn't crazy, but then it went to 140,000 in 48 hours. So, 147, 148. I don't even know what it is anymore. So,
we're over here like, well, we tried that Indiegogo campaign once.
Fucking.
yeah, I think.
Someone with a limp dick. That's what it was like.
Just might as well call it ourselves Whiskey Dick Games.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I think your community participation is going to be a little low on that one. So.
Yeah, well.
So live and learn, my friend.
Live and learn, right? So we set up a edition of it on Tabletop Simulator, the program on Steam, and I don't know, like I keep hearing people say like, oh yeah, I've played 6 games online, or I've played 8 games online. I'm like, what? When is this going on? So I sign on and I find people playing it occasionally, but I haven't been able to join them. Just a couple 2-player games so far, but I've heard that there's been a lot of 4-player games while I'm not there, so it's kind of awesome. I'm excited about that, and some good reviews.
Did we publish our game?
What's going on, Rule Zero Media? Shit.
Jason's on sabbatical.
Guess I'll have to work on that then.
You have inadvertently posed a very serious flaw in Jason's sabbatical. It's the fact that website isn't done yet. Well, with me working on this, I'm going to have to work on the Space Tower or the Spacewalker Studios website.
So I guess I got Rule Zero Media.
What do you guys up to?
At least in the... It's okay. No, it's okay. Publish it as a beta, and then we can completely change it later. So Pat, how does it feel having a very successful Kickstarter?
We were talking a little bit before the show. It's very exhausting. I kept working, and that last week I just got so tense about it that I just could not sleep. There were so many questions to answer, which is good. Like I appreciate that they were there, but at the same time I was like, oh, I'm so tired by the end of this. So I haven't really updated much, which I should be doing, just because I've been wanting to rest and not say stupid things anymore, which has been an issue. It's pretty good. I think I'd like to thank David for kind of mentoring me in the process of. I think the big difference was the community participation was so strong that I think just being able to get over that first hurdle in 26 hours, and then as other people came to the page, even if they weren't brought there by the community, they could see that things were going well already, and we had a strong following, and we could build from there. So I think that was really good. Like Tim Fowers sent out, he was like, I want to see this game funded, so he sent out a message to his followers on his Kickstarter from Burgle Brothers to go check it out. He didn't say like go back this. He said just go check this out. And I was really thankful he did that. But he said, well, but whatever. I just got the eyes there. You guys kept them. So and I'm really happy he did that for us, of course. But So yeah, but it's been pretty crazy, and we don't have the money yet, so that part of the reality hasn't sunk in. When I was asking for 18,000, I thought, okay, well, if I pull off 18,000, that means I'll have 400 backers. And now knowing that 2,600 people are going to see it, I'm a little bit more. It's a lot more tension. So I'll have to deal with that. So let's see what I can do. So it's been tempting. I've been talking to my friends and family about making this my full-time thing, and that's, of course, there's that temptation with that much money. Is like, oh, I could just work on this now, and that'd be great because I think the game would be better for it. But at the same time, it's a tough decision to make. So, but no, it's been really good. I don't think it's completely sunk in yet.
All right, so next step. Now the Kickstarter funded. What's the next step in the process for you as far as the game goes? Is the game ready to go to publishing, or what's next?
Yeah, there's a couple steps, and I'm kind of building a schedule for this so I can show the backers where we're at and what the intent is. I have a bit of work to do on the thief to get him ready. So one of the stretch goals was for a 5th player who plays as a thief that's trying to steal all the treasure in the cave for this warlock that has cursed him, and that'll get him free from his curse. And so I've been working on that, getting him ready. I had a model for him working before the campaign started, so I was pretty happy with him, but the interaction wasn't quite where I wanted it to be, so I'm going back and redesigning the thief. And I personally, as far as why would I put another role into the game, I think I think it'll be a lot easier to sell a game that's for 5 people instead of 4 people. So I really wanted to get that in there, so I put it in at 60,000, which I wasn't exactly expecting to make, but here we are. So I have to work on that. We have also offered some terrain tiles at 120 or 140,000. I can't remember which. So I'm working on those. We did a play test with them this weekend, and they were a bit of a miss, so we have to make them smaller. Is making large tiles kind of threw off the balance of the game when I thought possible. So I'm doing that. I've also, since there's so many people that want it, I'll be printing 5,000 now instead of 1,500. And so the printing 5,000 changes the kind of the scope of the printing. I have to. There's more options now. I can go to more printers now. So I'm going back and re-talking to all the printers and rebidding right now with the printers, which is pretty boring stuff to talk about, but it has to get done. Yeah.
People out there who are designing games right now and are waiting for their chance to get into your shoes.
The 140,000. Yeah, it's a little scary to print 5,000. I mean, the conventional wisdom is only print 500 more than you need for your campaign, but I think the reviews have all been pretty positive. So I think it's time to act and overprint and sell those. So I'll be doing that, and then I needed to rebid anyway because all the stretch goals have changed the price a little bit. So we need to talk through those. It's actually overall, because there's so many, the printers that have responded so far, since we're printing 5,000, the price is actually cheaper than what we started out with. So even after adding all the stretch goals. So the price per unit's smaller. I'll still be spending a lot more money, but the price per unit's much smaller.
So here's an important question that is posed by printing 5,000 copies.
Yeah.
Where are you putting it?
Yeah, where am I putting it? Yeah, that's a good question. So if I'll probably engage a fulfillment service now, since there's shipping 2,500 or 400 over one weekend, no big deal, but shipping 3,000, I'll have to engage a service. Here in town, I have a friend who runs a toy company, like a college classmate, and so he has a pretty good warehouse, and so they're willing to accept delivery of them, and then I'll move them to I don't know, my house storage. I'm looking at my wife right now.
a little spot on that shelf for
yeah. We'll just shove a couple copies back there.
probably build another house to live in with all those.
Yeah. No, that's going to be a lot bigger than living with 500 trick or treats. So, which I have just crammed up against my chimney, and that works pretty well. So we'll have to think about that. But yeah, that's like the least of my problems right now. So we'll do that, and then I'd like to continue. I'm also working on just like restarting the marketing, getting more review copies out there because I can still sell them right now, and I've sold quite a few since the campaign ended. So,
well, I'm sure we'd be happy to offer some consulting on your marketing if you would like.
Sure.
So yeah, You want to?
I'm good.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Anything you want to add, Pat? Or, I've covered pretty much everything. So you have no idea where you're going to put 5,000 copies of the game.
5,000 copies of a game. Yeah. No, it sounds pretty good. We're going to see how we do. And I don't know if you looked at the last couple updates from the campaign, but we are going to be pricing out miniatures and maybe doing a separate Kickstarter for miniatures because there was so much demand. I'm interested to see how it goes. I don't think there'll be enough people to get a miniature campaign off the ground, but we'll see how that goes. And then after that, we're just talking about another core set and an expansion in the spring.
There's so much demand for miniatures these days.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, he did just make all this money. He could essentially buy an industrial-sized 3D printer and do it himself.
That would take forever.
No, it would take way too long. Yeah, molds from
printer, print more 3D printers, and just do it all at once.
Awesome. I mean, making the molds that way wouldn't be a bad idea, but I think in industrial settings, the molds are like $5,000 a piece.
So
at least, yeah.
China, so, if you buy some piece of junk.
Sure. Yeah. So that's where I don't think the campaign will get off the ground. All right.
So we're gonna move on to our favorite part my favorite part of the day, simply because there's a news article that I know is gonna drive Pat nuts.
Great.
We're talking about news and stuff.
Yay.
All right. There's not much, actually, honestly, that looked very interesting. Although this game did. There's a game now on Kickstarter called Clear for Takeoff. In the game, you're in charge of an airline and are trying to get your planes off the tarmac at JFK Airport. Okay, from experience, that's nearly impossible. Of course, there's only so much space on the runway, and bad weather is moving in. But your passengers have connecting flights to catch, so you need your birds in the air. Play your cards in order to get better placement on in the runway order, and relive the glory days of flying. That sounds pretty cool, actually. Because when I worked for an airline company, we used to fly out of JFK all the time, and you just hear nothing but horror stories.
I would never fly out of JFK.
I think the art's great.
What?
I think the art is really good.
Yeah, it's really it looks really cool. It's like looks like there's an expansion too. Yeah, for the Concorde, the super fast.
We're back in the 70s.
Right. Oh. Yeah, I want to look at it.
What's the name? It's actually incredibly loud. If you flew.
What's the name of the project again?
What?
What was the name of the project again?
Cleared for takeoff.
I
will screen share the artwork with everyone.
No one wants to hear the science? That's cool.
Go ahead, Pat.
Moment's come and gone.
I want to hear the goddamn science. Speak, mother.
Alright, so it was incredibly loud inside the cabin because the plane's moving at supersonic speeds, and you're hearing the sonic boom constantly as you're flying. Because you're in a hollow metal craft.
That doesn't sound very fun.
So
that'd be awesome. I would
revel in that moment.
I would love to fly in a Concorde, except no one flies in a Concorde anymore. For safety reasons.
Alrighty. Probably because it's essentially like strapping yourself to a giant lawn dart. going Mach whatever.
They only went Mach 1.02.
But you're essentially strapping yourself to a giant one Mach.
You're going only like 800 miles an hour.
Still, nobody wants with one seatbelt.
It goes across the lap.
Anyway, I'm going to save this article for last. There's a new game coming out on Kickstarter. Or not on Kickstarter. Fantasy Flight is releasing the game called Samurai.
What is it?
It's a classic. It was an old classic game. It's getting a re-release. In the game, players are ambitious. I'm gonna butcher this pronunciation.
What is it?
Ambitious daimyos, who are on the hunt for more power. They expand their territory and control via winning over Buddhist priests that control the nobles. Be able to free their people via the control of rice, and be in charge of strategic military locations. Only with those objectives in hand will the country's samurai follow you and proclaim you their
Here, have a bag of rice. Follow me into combat.
I give you the rice.
Well, they were
not like
it that way, right? I think they were paid in rice and salt, and they could trade it.
I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how feudal Japan works. I used to know. I forgot that information a long time ago.
This is I've played this game. I've played the earlier version of this game. It's I like it. It's pretty. It's typical Reiner. Like the board happens to look like Japan, and it's kind of it's a little pasted on, but it's pretty solid. It's a pretty good game.
It looks pretty interesting. It's got a very niche market on it too for people who like samurais and feudal Japan.
Or people who like history.
That too. But I think that's kind of cool. The winner gets to be proclaimed true leader of the samurai.
So basically, you become Tom Cruise.
Or Keanu Reeves in the 57 run.
He didn't become a leader, though. He was a follower who commits poo-poo.
All right, and on to the final piece of interesting news.
The one white guy in Japan. That's what they should have named that movie.
So the final piece of news.
Oh, you round eyes!
There are pre-orders happening for the Nightmare Before Christmas Munchkin expansion.
Are you fucking serious? God damn it.
How do you feel about that?
This article starts out with Munchkin is having all sorts of news.
No, it starts out, Steve Jackson has decided to fucking sell his soul again for another $10 billion. Fuck you, Steve.
I didn't make that much.
Fuck you, Steve. Let's have coffee sometime.
Yeah.
Fucking true.
I think it's cool that Nightmare Before Christmas is having something happen to it. Not that it's Munchkin, but I think it's kind of neat.
No, the fact that it's Munchkin takes away all coolness of Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah. I can't imagine what else you would do with that property, but that just doesn't seem like a good fit.
Fucking making it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm personally tired of Steve Jackson, but who am I?
Who are you?
My throat is made of pennies, and his throat is made of...
No, my throat is made of fucking garbage.
Alright, so that was it for what I had for the news this week.
And butt sex. Lots of butt sex.
With yourself?
No, the man comes and gives it to me.
Oh, never mind. Hold on. I totally missed this article.
Dude, when now I pass gas, it's like a light breeze coming through.
It's gay man. Don't turn your back on him.
The man, as in the government.
Here you go. This made me really excited.
Bend me over my paycheck and give it to me.
Shut
What?
God damn it.
Pat's like a fucking brick fucking wall over there, not even cracking a smile.
Yeah.
Anyway, Cryptozoic is now releasing Portal, the uncooperative cake acquisition game.
That's cool. I'm down for that.
As the game goes on, parts of the lab fall away into a fiery inferno.
And Gordon Freeman comes and saves the day.
You and the other members of your team must go and collect as much cake as you can in order to have more than anyone else when the final fall comes.
Cake is code for
But be careful, the other teams can steal your cake.
Yeah, I saw this at Gen Con. I didn't get close enough to play it, but everyone looked like they're having fun.
I love Portal.
Hey, you're on our team, right?
At Gen Con?
Yep.
Yeah, for next year, for Wiffle Ball?
Yep. Or
yeah,
whatever.
I'm on your team.
Play. What sport? I don't know.
I better start practicing sport.
All of them.
Just start with a nice leisurely 5-mile run.
And play some cricket.
You'll get your complimentary steroids and workout sheets in the mail soon.
Cool.
And like a million different jerseys because we're not sure what we're playing yet.
Well, all right. I guess that'll work. So you guys are going to Gen Con this year?
Yes.
Good.
Oh. Did we ever announce that we're hosting the
Yes, we did.
Indie Game Alliance Awards here in Pennsylvania this year?
Are you?
Yeah, you coming?
Yeah, I better.
It's gonna be a crazy fucking party.
What state again?
Pennsylvania, dude.
Pennsylvania? How do I get there?
Drive east.
Where
are
are
you? Rectangular thing?
No,
I'm in St. Paul. I'll have to fly.
All right, drive down until you hit 70. Take that east.
All right.
You'll hit the Pennsylvania Turnpike after you get through Ohio.
Is this going to be at a convention? How did I miss out on the memo?
Well, we announced it in one of the episodes.
I thought you watched them all.
Well, yeah, but I've had a lot of brain damage in the past couple weeks.
Yeah. 6 figures of money raised is can really keep your brain.
Yeah, that'd make me fucking stupid too.
I didn't get much sleep.
He can't get enough sleep. He was up too late counting his money.
So, a convention?
It's the Indie Game Alliance Awards, man.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be like the Emmys or the Oscars, but for Indie Game Alliance.
I actually knew all this. I was just making sure your audience knew.
Yeah. While we have you on the big screen, you do that.
There'll be formal invites and such later on as soon as
I see. All right.
planned and put in.
I'm not visiting you in February. Is it going to be in February?
January, so you're in luck.
We're aiming for January.
God.
It's going to be warmer than here than it will be in Minnesota.
Yeah. We're in a valley, man.
So that's good.
He's going to show up in like a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, we'll get board shorts. We'll get off the plane in board shorts and flip-flops. He'll walk outside and be like, this ain't cold at all.
We pick him up at the airport, parkas.
Yeah, we're shivering. He's like,
all right, well, let's do it. I'm in. Okay, and then we can talk about sports.
And he walks up to the side of the building, chisels off some ice, puts in his drink, and he's like, man, I was getting a little hot, guys.
A little hot out here. Anybody got my Long Island iced teas?
Yeah.
So are you guys gonna go to Gen Con with a booth, or are you guys gonna?
We're gonna go to Gen Con. Let's start with that.
Yeah, right. We're starting.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
We don't know if we need a booth because we're essentially gonna go and promote the show. And
I think if you guys just ran around interviewing, it'd be fine.
Yeah, that would be great.
We could do that.
That sounds like a good format.
So if we could get an interview with Steve Jackson, here's what I picture happens: Goku, Vegeta fight.
No, it'd be me beating his old ass to a pulp.
Everything clears around you, and it's just
no, Tyler, you're there like trying to give a legitimate interview.
In between punches being thrown. So how do you feel? Can you stop punching him in the face for 30 seconds? Mr. Jackson, how do you feel? Why so many Munchkin expansions? The lips are all swollen. Teeth are
Where is our ogre expansion? Come on. Where's the Car Wars Kickstarter? That's what I want to know.
I'm pretty sure I could pitch to him like I don't know, some sort of ridiculous Munchkin expansion. He'd probably go for it.
Space Tavern Games Munchkin.
Oh my god! Can I be a playable character?
We would have to be.
You'd have to be, yeah. Well, that'll be an enjoyable Gen Con, I'm sure.
Our number one weapon is the Red Bull.
It's like spinach for Popeye.
I ran demos at Gen Con. David was there, and he set up the first demo before I got there, and I walked in. I started at 11 a.m. and I was still playing Trove at 10:30 p.m. So like, we played Trove for 11.5 hours.
Good lord.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. They kind of finally led me away and took me to dinner.
You can't win, so get that out of your head.
So,
all right.
All right. Back to the news.
That's all the news I have.
Oh,
anything Star Wars where they come out?
No, nothing new. No new Armada stuff.
X-Wing.
No new X-Wing stuff.
Imperial Assault.
Not worrying about that.
If you're going to buy a fucking nice lightsaber, do not go to Toys R Us anymore. They don't carry the nice LED ones. I went to buy one for my nephew today because he's going to be Vader for Halloween.
Uh-huh.
Oliver is Yoda. And
nice!
Yeah. And we went to buy them lightsabers today, and they don't carry the nice LED tubes anymore. They have the shitty breakdown ones now again. I'm like, God, you morons.
Well, I mean, the one I built in Disney was kind of cool. It makes the sound.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tube.
Yeah,
like,
it's the tube. No, I know what you're talking about, though.
I don't like the expansion.
The super cool stunt ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they used to have.
Did you walk into the 9th circle of hell, known as Walmart, to try to find one?
They don't have them either.
They don't either?
So I had to settle on these shitbird ones, and I was pissed. I was like, you guys suck ass. You're morons for carrying this garbage.
They had them last year.
I know, and I was like, what the hell? And they were like, oh, they change them out every year. And I was like, great, assholes.
They went with what's cheaper.
They were
capitalism.
It's not that much.
Crappy
No.
The really nice one. I was going to say, if you
the nice one for like kid-sized nice one was like 40 bones, and I was totally down with paying 40 bones for a nice lightsaber. For my kids.
Then they would have had it for a long time.
And they could beat the shit out of each other with them.
Just like we used to do.
Yeah.
Why would they want to miss out on that?
I don't know, man.
I wonder where. I think mine's downstairs.
Oh, and we are less than 80 days away from Episode 7 being released.
Are we?
Oh, yes, we are. We're 70. Well, it'll be 78 days tomorrow.
I thought it was coming out on Christmas.
I'm seeing that as soon as possible.
Yeah.
I probably won't get tickets for the midnight release.
I told my dad Christmas. I have a call to make. I'll see you guys.
What?
I'm not really leaving.
Oh, we're like, what? What?
I think 70 days is enough reaction time for my dad. It'll be okay.
Give him 9 days.
Oh, I don't know if I really want to see. Do I have to have seen the first 6 episodes to see 7?
You don't have to see episode 1.
He's pretty old. I had to basically re-explain the whole thing to him.
I don't even know if my dad likes Star Wars. I don't remember. We haven't had that conversation.
They don't. Well, my dad tolerates it, but
I know. My dad borrowed the original trilogy from somebody when I was a kid.
Me. Borrowed it from us.
Uh-oh.
Well, we get it back, obviously. But I don't know if he likes Star Wars.
Go watch it with us. That's all we used to watch. Like every Thanksgiving and Christmas, it was a Star Wars marathon at our house.
See, I want to do that with start 2 days before Christmas with insanely long movies like the extended versions of Lord of the Rings.
They're already insanely long.
You're right.
Extended versions are even longer. So that by the time Christmas rolls around, you've seen every extended version of all the greatest movies ever. And you've been insanely drunk for 2 days.
There's a Dollar Theater across the river from me in Minneapolis that has... they always do this event right before Christmas. They show all the Lord of the Rings movies back to back.
And who do you play for?
I
I'm sorry.
don't know if he's ever seen.
You ever seen Miracle?
No. Am I
What
missing
the hell,
something?
dude? You're from Minnesota. Hockey is like going in your blood.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm originally from California.
That explains it.
They had the California Golden Seals.
Well,
And
I was from the other part of California.
well, there's San Jose, there's Los Angeles, there's Anaheim.
Except they play right across the street from each other.
I was from a really rural area to the north.
So you're from like the south, or
Yeah, of California.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the south.
that's exactly
Happens
right.
to be in the north.
You're from the West Virginia of California. Got it.
Yeah, no, that's pretty right. I think my town is well known for meth now. I won't mention its name, so no one writes me.
So, well, I'm out of things to talk about.
Me too.
I
Pat, thank you for coming on, my friend.
Sure.
think you can beat your own record for the most viewed episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if that happens. I think Duality too. I think it's their most viewed episode. That's a little crazy.
Who?
So, there's two reviewers, Duality. They're from California. They've actually been really helpful for the campaign. They did a lot of.
You two-timing son of a bitch.
I know. They did a really good review and a really good playthrough video of the game. I need to send you guys a copy for review. Next time we cut a release, I'll send you one over.
Cool.
We're kind of in between states and the goblins right now. We've been testing a couple
I
different.
really
systems.
like the one you sent us to review. It doubles as my my dining room table placemats. They're really.
Oh yeah. That's right. We did send you one of those. Yeah, I like those. I was really happy with the quality. The
quality is outstanding. That's why they double as placemats on my dining room table, man.
Finally, I have something classy enough to.
It really, I mean, like, there's
The Patrick Letter Home series.
there's a niche thing here that we could capitalize on. Nerd home furnishing.
Right. Oh yeah. I mean, there's posters and stuff, right? So
Build
Poster-
shit.
well,
I
no.
build shit at work,
No,
man.
we design things and then we send them to other people to build.
What do you think I do?
We think we're not building tables or anything. I'm talking about like placemats, forks.
Mom, Dad, stop fighting.
Pieces.
Mm-mm.
Or
All right. No, that's all right. Well, I guess I'll talk to you soon. I'll just throw out there if there's anybody who I'll plug myself again. If there's anybody who thinks they have a game that'll fit in the Trovoverse, contact me. And then if there's anybody out there that wants consulting help with their marketing, then contact me also.
What type of game do you want?
Oh, geez. So yeah. So like basically, I'm just gonna I'm kind of on the hunt right now for games I can fit Kyle's art into with that Trove style to kind of tie them together into a line. And then I'm also looking. I think I will start working on my second line next summer, which will be called The Monsters Among Us, and it will be about it'll be me dealing with social issues via monsters living like in the real world. So
cool.
the first game I want to do in it will be about giant monsters that are rebuilding a town.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So, all right, man. So
Yeah. But I'm happy to develop and retheme anything. So if people want to send me submissions, that's great.
we'll have to have you back on again. Obviously, like hanging
All
out.
right.
We might have a few shell games we could kick your way.
Sounds good.
They're more like ideas at this point, but well, I would say ideas. They're just
They're
missing.
like what?
They need more development.
Oh, sure.
So,
Well, that's my
We could
job,
work
right? As a developer.
yeah, we'll send you some shells and stuff. You know, some casings, if you will. So, this
Spent condoms.
has been episode 35 at the Tavern. I'm Tyler.
I'm Patrick.
He's also Patrick,
Don't be a tool.
and we'll see you next week.
Rapid.
Puzzle Quest.